Hello, my name is Bradley, and I'm your host of The Internal Game. Before I get started, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Channel's growing great. I greatly appreciate you guys. I see the comments. I try to get back to everybody while I have time, while the channel's still manageable to do so, because I do appreciate you guys watching and having questions and things like that. And I'm here to help, right? For those of you that don't know about me, my name is Bradley. That's loud. There's a plane going by. I'm out in a park right now. And I try not to, I know people say don't really affirm the past too much, don't talk about the past too much. And I get that. I'm with that, right? I really am. But I'm going to talk about mine a little bit to try to relate to you guys to see my point here for a second. It's easy for me to talk about the past, and because I don't identify with it anymore. I don't identify with that Bradley, that version. Remember I told you there's infinite versions of you? Like, I don't identify with that version of me, so it doesn't really have any hold on me. I don't fear recreating it. But I do think that in getting on here and spreading these teachings and trying to connect and help people, I think it is important, because I do see all the comments, I would say most of them, and I do see the comments about, what about this? You know, my past was like this, and I had to deal with this, and I've been on one-on-ones. They're like, what about this? I had to deal with this. I grew up this way, and I get it. Trust me. I have, when I was a kid, I had a lot of hurt, had a lot of trauma. That version kid had a lot of trauma, a lot of stuff going on with family, abandonment, lots of different things. And I remember wanting to be bad, right? Like the bad boy image, like it did something for me, because I feel like that was a place where I would have a little bit of control of what happened to me. And you know, I was younger and things like that, and I've been to, like, I've struggled with alcohol for a majority of my adult life. I've been to like 5 rehabs, a bunch of detoxes, couldn't get sober. I've ruined relationships. I've had horrible expectations. I lived in fear almost all my life, and as you can tell with the law of assumption stuff, that's not a good combo, expecting the worst and living in fear, right? I'm sure it doesn't create nice, pleasant scenarios. Even starting the YouTube journey, when I started learning about this stuff and stepping into a different version of myself, I feared my past. I feared that, like, other coaches, other content creators, other people that teach kind of things like this, that they were probably better suited, because they seemed more less damaged than me. That was where my head was at, you know. And well, I'm just letting you guys know I've made many mistakes. But the one mistake I've made many mistakes, but like, the version of myself that I'm in right now doesn't look at any of those things as a mistake. At all. The version of myself right now looks at that as like a whole perfect recipe that got me where I'm at right now, because let the plane go. I would have never imagined my dream being what it is right now, and helping people and trying to get people to change their life, or helping people turn their life into what they want it to be, and finding the love within themselves and things like that, because I chased everything outside myself almost my entire life. And so, like, I do relate, and I can connect. I have the utmost compassion with you guys. I don't get irritated with your comments. I get it, because I used to be there, but like, it doesn't have to be that way for you. It just doesn't. Like, there's a version of you that you can step into where you create whole new circumstances based off of your whole new state of being, this whole new version of you, and you'll look back and you'll feel so separate from that person, and happy, the old person, but also happy and compassionate with yourself, like, because you'll be compassionate with yourself, because like Eckhart Tolle said, no one can no one acts greater than their level of consciousness. Do you know why I was doing all those things? Do you know why I wanted to be the bad boy? Do you know why I wanted to hurt before I got hurt? Because I was hurt and I didn't know any better. I just didn't know any better. And when I actually started to find this stuff out and actually implement it, and I knew better, I was able to do better. And I was able to forgive myself, forgive everyone else who I thought hurt me, and finally break those chains that held me in that identity. Because that's all it is, a big game of identity, right? In the human form. So, like a big game of identity, like in the human experience kind of thing. But you do have to give up the past to embody a new you. And I know it gets hard because like we can be so used to the chaos, we can be so used to our story as to why we should be victims and why we can't do anything, and why, and I'm not hating, I was like this too, I'm just saying, but I get why it's so easy to do, because you're like, oh, like I have some kind of reason as to why I don't feel this way because that person and that person, and it's fairy tale. It's not real. And when you step out of the victim mode and you get into your God self mode, your source energy mode, your perfect mode, you'll realize this real soon. And then you can look back and say, wow, that was all perfect, because look where I'm at now, and I can create all these beautiful experiences for myself and my loved ones and my friends, my family, and all these things. Because that version of you exists too. And all you got to do is step into it. And the brain sometimes can't really grasp the fact that it can be that easy, because it's like, no, I got to heal my trauma. No, it doesn't. Not that version of you. Not that version of you. The new version of you doesn't need to heal anything. The new version of you doesn't have that past. Remember, everything exists right now. The new version of you doesn't need to go down a rabbit hole of healing. And I'll tell you something, be careful with the whole healing stuff, because the more you think you got to heal, the more you have to heal. And it's just this never ending, oh, I need this meditation, I need this, I need to go meet with this person, I need to go I need to heal more. Whatever you focus on just grows. If you're saying you're a person that needs to be healed, you will continue to be a person that needs to be healed. There is no end. So the idea, people, is to, kind of like Neville says, to don't think feelingly of the past. Like, don't think of the past feelingly. Sorry about that noise over there. I don't know what the guy's doing to his boat, but he's working on something, and he's perfect though. And anyway, yeah, when you think of the past, don't think feelingly, because you'll just reinfect yourself. All you have to do is assume a new state of being as the person who you wish to be, and stay there. You don't need to think of the past. The past is done. Like, I know that people think, oh, you got to do all this healing. Oh, you got to talk about it. Oh, you got to do this stuff. You do not. You're stepping into a version of yourself who has none of those issues, therefore has none of those circumstances. That's it. You are just selecting a reality, selecting a version of you and living there. There's nothing to fix, only to select and then be. So, I'm sorry, I don't know how long he's going to be doing that for. I don't even know if you guys can hear it. But anyway, yeah, don't worry about the past too much. Drop it. And if you can't, then at least give good meaning to it and say, oh wow, it was perfect and it led me to right here, and now I have the answers, because I'm the answer. I am the love I was looking for. I am perfect. I am God, and now I'm going to be that. So that's pretty much it.